way, while we have a moment, you realize that all of this music that the students are putting together, especially the piece by concert and symphony, they had all of 4 weeks of class to put that together. That's pretty impressive for the beginning of the year. So good job to all of us. All right, so we'll go ahead and go to the next slide. Good job. I would like to recognize these individuals. They're already mad at me, but oh well. I'd actually like for both of them to come up. I don't know where she is. Jessica! Come on up! Caleb, come on up! These 2 individuals, along with others from our school, we have a total of 5 that have reached the National Merit Semifinalist. Okay? That is a huge ordeal. That is massive. And 4 of those 5 are in performing arts. So congratulations to Caleb and Jessica, both representing the orchestra program. We also have Colton, who plays with us. He is in the band. He plays oboe, but he does play with us in the Philharmonic Orchestra as well. The other member up there, we have another member that's in theater, and then I don't know what happened to the 5th one. He just, I mean, he's smart, but not that smart, apparently. But 4 of our 5 are performing arts. That says a huge thing about what it is we do. Okay? Congratulations to these students. We're very proud of you. I swear, sometimes I think the 2 of them are the same person. I don't know, it's very weird sometimes. All right, so moving on. Our calendar, okay? I know it's hard to see, and I'm not going to go over every single date, okay? I will say this. The calendar was announced the first day of school. It was handed out in person, hard copy to every student. It was posted on Charms Calendar. It was posted on Google Calendar. It was posted on Google Classroom. It's posted in the classroom. It was sent out via email. It's also available through announcements, and the officers continue to tell everyone about it. There's absolutely no excuse for not knowing the calendar. Okay? Ignorance is not bliss, my friend. Okay? The calendar takes a lot of time to put together. I personally believe in having a heads-up notice. We all have lives outside of here, and we need to be able to plan accordingly. And a lot of us come from households that have multiple things going on. Okay? It's impossible to plan your life if you don't have a heads-up notice. So I try very, very hard to do that. Sometimes there are things out of my control though. Such as today, the rain occurred, the band was supposed to be outside rehearsing, they had to move indoors. The 800 building is shared by all of us. There was a theater rehearsal in here before we started our concert. Then we had our concert. There's always something going on here. And unfortunately, we only fit in so many specific places, much less have acoustic concerns where we can actually fit. So it is a constant battle for us. I try very hard to give you that information as soon as I can. And once I do know that information, I promise I will get it to you as fast as I can. In return, I expect the same courtesy. If there is a conflict, you need to let me know. And not in person, you need to put it in writing with a heads-up notice as soon as it occurs. Anything less than 48 hours, I can't resolve that issue. I just can't. Now, obviously, if something happens, God forbid you are sick, or get in a car wreck, or I hope this never happens to you, but death in the family, I understand those things happen, and I will work with you on that. But otherwise, oh, by the way, I have practice today, so I can't be at the concert tonight. No, because you knew about it the first day of school. This is also co-curricular, so no. Okay? Now, I'm going to use Joe as an example. Joe, he comes to me and says, hey, by the way, I got baseball practice. Right there, setting up the stage. I got baseball practice. I might have to be a little bit late. Is that okay? Yeah, just put it in writing for me, and that's fine. He told me in advance. I knew about it. Great, we're good to go. I am a huge proponent of students should be involved in multiple things. I believe in that wholeheartedly. I think it makes them more well-rounded, I think it makes them better students, and I think it makes them better citizens of our society. It's good for them to do that. And I will support that 100%. Okay? Louisa, I don't know where you are, but somewhere, she also had a JV game tonight for cheerleading. And I told her, just run over here in your cheerleading uniform, that's fine, do our piece, and then go back to the game. Because she has to perform over there too. I'm fine with that, you just have to communicate it. I promise you, I'm really on board with all of that when it is reasonable and appropriately handled. Okay? So our calendar has lots of stuff up here. Be aware of it, okay? Like I said, it's been posted. Make sure that you're aware of it. Moving on. There's the spring calendar that continues on. So moving on from there. Remind, if you have not done so, please pull out your phone right now. I'm actually telling you to pull out your phone at a concert. I know, crazy. Okay? Send a text message to the number 81010. That is anything for Timber Creek. The number is 81010. When you do that, parents, you're going to send a message with the @ symbol. It has to have the @ symbol. If it doesn't have the @ symbol, it doesn't work. Okay? You have to have the @ symbol. And then you do these different codes. For parents, you're going to type in TCOP, Timber Creek Orchestra Parents, at TCOP. Okay? You are also more than welcome to go ahead and sign up for the class that your student is in, but I'm going to tell you right now, you're going to get a lot of texts if you do that, so just FYI, fair warning. Okay? But you should be signed up for the parent one. Okay? Anyone still need to take a picture of that, or can I go ahead and move on?
I've been...
Alright, moving on. Next one. Alright, Instagram. This is a new thing for us this year, and honestly, I'm still learning myself, so. Instagram is a source for us to be able to put out information and pictures and things like that. Our historian captain is working on that with the students. So if you would like to join us, feel free. It's at @timbercreek_orchestra. You can see this is what the page currently looks like. You can see some photos posted of events we've done. Recently, this is the one from this morning. So you could have seen what our students did this morning playing in the courtyard with a beautiful sunrise in the background. It was a lot of fun. The kids did really, really well. But we post that kind of stuff. And it doesn't have to be limited to just Timber Creek Orchestra. Tell your friends, tell your family, especially family that lives out of state. That way they can see what's happening. They know what's going on. We want followers. We want to make sure that people know what it is we do. So go ahead and join that, okay? If you need to learn what Instagram is, ask a kid, because I don't 100% understand it either, but I'm learning, okay? We'll go to the next slide. All right, this is the one that I fear every time we have this meeting. All right, I'm going to go ahead and say it. Finances and fundraising are not fun. They are necessary. Okay? If you look at that information, the most important stuff will kind of jump out at you. All right? Last year, we spent over $25,000. We received 0 from the county. We collected $10,000 from the students through student fees. That $15,000 extra has to come from fundraising. It just has to. There's no other way around it. I hate to tell you, but your children are awesome, but they're expensive. You already know that because you pay for everything for them. You should say thank you right now. Okay? It is an expensive endeavor, and unfortunately, a lot of people out there do not see the value in music or performing arts, and they fail to see that we need to support the arts. Okay? So we have to make up for that. As far as all of this goes, the fees are $125. For some families, that's not that big of a hurt on the financial burden anyways. For other families, it is. It's a lot of money. Okay? And some of our families, the students have to pay for that fee, so they have to go out and get a job and pay for that. Okay? You can take that how you want, parents. Okay? Choosing if you want to convince your students to help pay for stuff. But it's a lot. We can't raise that fee any higher than it already is. Okay? It's not possible. So we have to offset the deficit by doing fundraising. Okay? Our fee currently helps to pay for t-shirts, clinicians, staff and instructors, FMA and FOA dues and registration, which we're required to do. It also pays for supplies and music, which is an enormous burden. We pay for MPA registration. Sometimes we have to pay for bus transportation. Those school buses cost $70 an hour, at least that was the going rate, and you have to pay for them. The school does not provide that. OCPS does not provide that. We as an orchestra have to pay for that. That's how it works, okay? There's also other things such as the uniform rentals and dry cleaning. We do that so the students don't have to incur that cost. Okay? We do other things along the way as well. If we need to get new instruments, if we need to get new uniforms, new things that we need to keep our program up to date with, we have to pay for that. Okay? The instrument rental fee is $50 a semester, so some students do have that. It works out to $1.75 a school day. Not a calendar day, a school day is $1.75. That's really pretty reasonable. Okay? I'm not saying they're in the best shape because the school's old and their school instruments instruments, but they work and they're great as far as what we need, okay? Fundraising, we have to. Different fundraisers that we do are the performance fundraisers, silent auction, trick-or-treat extravaganza. Honestly, that one's more of a social thing. We also do Great American Fundraiser, which we just did, and we have some other stuff as well. One of the most important things that I've come across as a music educator, and it's up here at the bottom. When we were in World War II, the European nations got together, and basically they were really struggling with the debt of war. Okay, it's obviously a huge concern at the time, and the governments actually suggested cutting funding to the performing arts and all of their cultural needs. Winston Churchill sat there and said, "What are we fighting for?" I mean, that's the point, right? We have to manage to keep our individuality, our cultural aspects, everything that it is we do that makes us humane. We have to keep those things alive. Otherwise, there's no point. There's just not. So if we cut the funding from that, then why are we even fighting the war or fighting this fight? Okay? And I think that part of that is why he was such a great leader, and we really needed him at that time. And I think we could probably use him now too. Okay? But you got to keep that in mind. What are we fighting for? Okay? Going ahead to the next one. Our fundraising, you should take a look at this chart. So last year we raised almost $12,000. Our largest fundraisers were the donations, the silent auction, and the Great American. Okay, Great American is the one that we just did. For the donations, that $3,700, over $2,000 of it was from Publix performances during 3 dates. That's where our money's coming from. So yes, our students have to participate. They need to do their fair share of that. Okay? If you look at it, like I said, the Halloween is more of a social thing, so that's the smallest one. Okay? But a lot of our parents and students alike have said, we need to do other fundraisers, ones that are more fun. Okay, tell me what those are. Well, we should sell candy. Negative. Okay, this, I can't say who, alright, but that candy sell was from a major club here on Timber Creek campus. I'm not at liberty to say what club that was, okay, but we have students in our program that are in that club. We just can't afford to do that. We can't lose money, okay? The other sales, donuts, that took 8 weeks and we didn't even raise $1,000. 8 weeks. Well, we can't do that anymore anyways, but that's a different story. Okay, the club car wash, one whole day, and they only made almost 300. Those just aren't high enough yields for the amount of work that it takes. And on the same hand, I hope you can understand this, but OCPS does a lot of things, okay? They have certain policies in place, and we have to abide by those policies. Okay? And every year they're changing them. There are new rules right now about the fundraising. Some teachers may not have a concern about that. I do. I have a moral high ground. I am not going to be the teacher that breaks that and gets us written up for it. Okay? When you're dealing with finances, you have to do it by the books and you have to do it correctly. So there are new rules now. Okay? They have mandated that we have a certain amount of time and a certain amount of things that we have to do. For one fundraiser, by the way, it may seem like it's really easy on your end or it may seem hard, I don't know, but on the other end, the behind the scenes, it is a monstrous, massive endeavor that makes me want to bang my head against a wall. Okay? We have to, first of all, organize it. We have to get it approved by administration, which half the time they'll say no because there's already 5 clubs doing the same thing. At the same time, they'll say no. They will deny fundraisers. We also have to then collect the money. We have to do money's report. Like money's collected reports that we have to fill out. We have to fill out a receipt for every single thing that we fill out. We then have to turn all that in, and it takes a couple of days, usually 3 to 4 days, for that to even process. Once that processes, then we can get the bill from the fundraising company and pay for whatever the merchandise was that we just did the order for. That usually takes a week to process. Sometimes, it depends. Okay? Then after all that's said and done, we have to fill out a financial report for fundraising. All of this has to be done within a certain amount of time, and each step takes several days. So I promise you, it is not me being difficult. This is what I was given, and I have to do it. And those of you that are in the OCPS system, you understand. And those of you that are here at Timber Creek, you know, do not make Audrey mad. Okay? She's our bookkeeper, she's fantastic, but I am not walking in there saying, oops, because she'll just absolutely obliterate me. Okay? So we don't play by that rule. Okay? We just don't. So just please, if you could, understand that, okay? All right, moving on to the Great American Fundraiser. This is the one that we just did. For the new OCPS policy, we can no longer sell in person or items where we as a program are ordering them, but, loophole, the company is still allowing us to purchase online. So you can purchase online. Okay, you can continue to do that. You can buy catalog items, you can do magazine subscriptions, you can do more coupons. They have to be processed online. Okay, so I'm encouraging you, please go ahead and continue to sell. Okay, we really want every student to reach that fair share of 10 items. Continue, continue, continue. It is really important. Every little bit comes to what we need. If you remember from that fundraising slide, we earned $4,000 from Great American last year. Currently, the numbers are projecting us to only make $2,600. I can only do so much. I need your help. Okay, so if you could help us out with that, that would be great. Going on to the next one. By the way, the coupon codes are coming. They're in the mail. I promise when I get them, I will give them to you. Okay? For now, sponsors. We are looking for sponsors, donors of any kind. We are going to actually push a fundraiser in November, but I couldn't have that many fundraisers open at once, so I have to wait till November. We will gladly accept any sponsor or donor at any time. We will never say no to that. Okay? But we are looking for individuals, companies, whether that be a personal, small, private business or a large corporation. Anything helps. Anything helps us. Okay? So you can help us a ton by donating or sponsoring us. All right, moving on to the next one is the silent auction. This fundraiser is way more than you think it is. First of all, it's one of our larger fundraisers, so yes, we need it desperately to help cover costs. It sets us up because it's the last thing we do before we return in the spring for NPA season. So any financial needs, this is our last opportunity to get those covered. But it's more than that. Currently, our department has made the decision to go to a unified effort for the month of December. We, as a program, are doing a prison concert. Band has dropped their winter concert. Dance has dropped their winter performance. Choir has dropped their winter performance. You can get the idea. We're the only ones that have not. The only reasons why we have not is because that silent auction is so crucial to our MPA season. And the department voted that that was okay as long as we kept the silent auction. As soon as that silent auction goes away, we lose that concert. And what does that mean? We lose a lot of things. Okay? The band students get holiday performances in the community where they go and march in a parade or play at Waterford Town Lakes. Okay? They get performances. Choir gets to go to candlelight. There is not an opportunity. I have searched. There is not an opportunity for us. Okay? So we lose a quarter of our yearly performances if we do not have that winter concert. That's not fair to those students that are working that hard. They deserve that. The other thing is, it's our first unveiling of the Timber Creek Philharmonic. And if we don't have the Philharmonic for the winter concert, it's not going to do well at MPA. And if we haven't had it for those two concerts, there's no reason to bring it out for the spring concert. We wouldn't be able to do half of what we do, such as Star Wars or anything else that we've brought out in the past. And I mean Star Wars, the legitimate music from John Williams that he wrote for the score, for the soundtrack that you see at the end, the credits, his music. We wouldn't be able to do it. We just wouldn't. Okay? It's also a huge opportunity to showcase the community. Let's be honest, everybody likes the winter months because we play a lot more appealing, crowd-pleasing type music, and most people can appreciate that if they don't understand what it is we do. So it's a great opportunity to open our doors to the community and invite people that wouldn't otherwise be here. Okay? It's our largest attended concert. It's our highly anticipated concert. I've already been talking about what we're looking at performing, and the kids are already saying, well, what are we doing? Well, what are we doing? Are we doing this? Are we doing that? And they're getting excited about it. Why? Because it's that big of a concert. We have to keep this concert. And the silent auction is helping that to happen. Okay? There's another thing which I've announced to some of the kids. I've not had a chance to announce it to the parents. We have applied for the Orlando Philharmonic Orchestra Distinction Award. This is a prestigious award. Winter Park just got it last year. We're applying for it this year. That award is based on 3 different rounds. The first round application, the second round is them coming out to watch us rehearse, which honestly I'm terrified of. And then the third step, the last and final step, reviewing a winter concert. I mean, that's where we're at. So this is my plea to you. We have to make this silent auction work. So, my officers don't know that they're doing this, but we need to pass out paperwork to you guys. This is a letter home to all of you. I wanted to do it tonight to make sure everybody got it. We are looking for items for the silent auction. We're collecting literally everything that has a value that people might want to purchase. You'd be surprised, everybody likes something. Okay? We're looking for individuals, families, groups, consultants, any of you that sell Jamberry or Cincy or Tupperware, any of those things that apparently none of my students seem to know. You might know. Those things, we're looking for that. Themed baskets, you could do a movie date night basket or a chocolate lover's basket or people who like pets, all those types of things. Okay? We can do those. You can just go and get that stuff and people bid on these items and then they manage to raise money for us because the items are donated, it's 100% profit for us. So we're looking for those donations. We are collecting them now through November. Our student officers are already in the process of contacting businesses in the area. But we need your help to continue to collect for that. It can be items, services, it could be tickets or admissions. Excuse me, it could be, like I said, the gift baskets, other valuables. Okay? After this meeting, we're going to have a silent auction committee meeting. There are several parents that have volunteered to assist with this process. If you are willing or able, I encourage you to help us with this. It is a large undertaking for one individual, but if we work as a group, I promise it'll be a lot easier. Okay, so we are looking for individuals that can help with all of this. We would love your support, anything that you can think of. We've had parents in the past that have donated artwork that they've done. Okay? We've had parents that have donated autographed books before. Okay? Maybe you're a dentist and you want to offer free cleaning, or you're an orthodontist and you want to offer, I don't know, 40% off of the package for orthodontics. Maybe you work for an airlines and you want to get us a cool ticket fare or something, or wherever Melanie's family is, because she brought it up, it's her fault. A cruise would be great. Okay? Any of those things would be wonderful. We need your help. Students, you can go ahead and start getting set up, please, while I finish. Quietly, that being the key word, quietly. Anyways, we could use your help, okay? So please help us out. Please do everything you can to help us find those donated items, okay? And you can always email me if you have questions, so it's not a problem. All right, we'll go to the last slide. Questions. While they're getting set